Good morning, guys. Welcome to Friday's coffee and shake break morning. I hope you have your coffee or your shake. I have my Neolife tea with me this morning. I'm absolutely loving this product during lockdown. I find it gives me energy. It gives me clarity of thought. It's just a fantastic, fantastic product. We have got some very good information that we're going to be sharing with you this morning. So before we start, I'm going to ask that you get yourself make sure you have a pen and a notepad or a piece of paper so you can start taking some notes, or your phone to take some notes on, because we're going to be sharing some important information. But it's important to know that information itself has zero power. It's what you do with this information. It's taking this information, it's applying it to your life, applying it to your business. That is where the real value and power comes in. And at the end of this training session, I am going to get my sponsor and my mentor onto the call, and just ask him to share a message with you guys. So today's training topic is how to get your new distributor started right in Neolife. But it doesn't really matter if you're new or old to this Neolife family. We are going to be talking about the activities that will build your business. And we found that people invest in an enormous amount of time and effort in getting people signed up and sponsored into their team. And then sometimes they squander that effort and their investment because they never get their new distributor started right. They never teach them the activities that they need to do to build their business. And it's important that we understand as Neolife distributors that a person says yes to Neolife because they have hopes, they have dreams, they have desires. And they have chosen Neolife as their vehicle that will make those dreams and those desires become their reality. And so when we sign up a new distributor, we are taking on a very, very big responsibility. And I want us to take that responsibility very seriously and become 100% committed to ensuring that we do everything in our power to make this new distributor's journey in Neolife a success. Okay, can we commit to that as a Neolife family? And for the new distributors that are on the call, I just want to take a minute to set your expectations. I want you to know that if you succeed in Neolife, it's going to be because you are the one who creates that success, not your sponsor, not your upline leader, not Neolife. It will be you who creates your success. And it will be, and if you fail in this business, it's going to be you who creates that failure, not your sponsor, not Neolife, not your upline leader. And you are the only real variable in this business. And you are the difference between success and failure. And I want you to find, everybody who joins Neolife has access to the same product range. Everybody who joins Neolife gets access to the same compensation plan. And so some people take that and they succeed beyond their wildest dreams. And other people take that and do nothing with it. And you are the only variable in this equation. And I really want you as a new distributor to find that incredibly motivating. I want you to find it liberating. Your success relies on you and nobody else. And you have just taken complete control to create your own future. Okay, so let's get stuck straight into it. Every new distributor gets a distributor starter kit that is packed with fantastic information. You get a website, you get mobile technology. However, a lot of the stuff you can read through in your own time, and you will learn you will learn and develop these things as you grow in the business. But today we are going to discuss the activities that are going to build and develop and grow your business. Okay, so I'm just going to run through a couple of slides here for a second. And Neolife has their job, which we know what Neolife's job is. We're not going to get into that. They do their job very, very well. But as a Neolife distributor, we have a very important job to do ourselves, okay? And It's only when we do this job can we create success. And we call our job the 3 daily success habits. We know that our situation in life, whether that's our finances, our relationships, our lifestyle, all of that is because of the habits that we've been implementing into our lives. Positive habits will result in a positive outcome. Negative habits will give us a negative outcome. So we want to start practicing some positive habits in our daily life and to build our business. And the first habit is we want our near life distributors to be using the product. Okay, because when we use the product, we build up a believability in the product, we build up a product stories, and we become a product of the product. We are in the nutrition business. We specialize in people. We help people feel amazing. We give people energy, and we want our near life distributors to be part of that. The second habit is we want you to start sharing the product and the opportunity. And when you start sharing your product, you're going to start building up a little customer base where you sell products to other people. And when you start sharing your opportunity, you will start finding yourself some new distributors that join your team and become part of your business. And then you teach your new distributors to duplicate what you have done, to use the products, to share the product and share the opportunity. And so they can start doing what you have just done, which is build up a little team of other distributors. And you never stop sharing your product, and you never stop sharing this opportunity. I know people who have been in this business for 46 years plus, and still every day they share this product and share this opportunity. It's become part of their lives. And why I'm talking to you about this is because I want to illustrate that this habit number 2, sharing this product and sharing the opportunity, is the business building skill. Okay, this is the activity that will grow your business. If you come into Near Life and you want to achieve a financial dream or financial goal, this is an activity that you cannot ignore. Okay, becoming good at sharing the product and the opportunity, because this is what grows your business. And when you do this enough, you become what we call a Near Life director, and that's a very important role in this business. Okay, and there's no ways that you can become a Near Life director consistently month in, month out, unless you have a team of customers and a team of Near Life distributors who are using the product, sharing the product, and sharing the opportunity. Okay, this is a real team game that we are part of. And our third daily success habit is what we call personal development. And personal development encompasses many, many things. From your mindset, whether you think you can succeed or you think you can't succeed, you're absolutely right. But what we're going to focus on today is part of your personal development is learning the skills that will build your business. And that key skill is being able to share your product and your opportunity. And I know when I started out in this business, I didn't have that skill. It was a skill that I had to learn and I had to develop. And I believe there are 5 components that I will talk about today that make up the skill of being able to effectively share your product and your opportunity. And that first one is having a goal. Okay, having a goal is very, very important part of it. A goal will give you direction. Okay, it's like a motor car. You can jump into your motor car and you can drive. And just because you're driving in your motor car doesn't mean you're going anywhere. But if you get in your motor car and you say, I'm going from here and I'm going to that place over there, you get in and you take the quickest route. You have direction. A goal gives you direction. Your goal gives you motivation. Okay, and to build this Near Life business, you're going to have to do things that you might have never done in your life before. I had to learn how to talk to people, which really it took me out of my comfort zone. So I really needed to have a goal that motivated me enough to step out of this comfort zone and do things that made me feel a little bit uncomfortable. A goal will help you to overcome your initial disappointments and challenges. Okay, and if you have been in this business for more than 5 minutes, you will know that being in Near Life and being an entrepreneur does involve disappointment. And you are going to have to learn how to become a little bit more resilient. And I believe one of the best ways to build resilience is to have a good reason to continue no matter what. And I'm going to share a story with you, which which really, I fall back on the story quite a lot because it truly was a deal breaker for me. When I joined Neolife, I had so much excitement because suddenly I had a way that I was going to change my life. I had hope for a better year. I had a hope for a better future. And I went out and I shared my product and my opportunity with one of my best friends. And it was not a good experience. He told me I was crazy. He told me that this business would never work. He told me that I had a great career. Why would I ever do a business like this? And I remember leaving his home that evening feeling pretty devastated. And what do we normally do when we get disappointed or things get difficult? We are trained to quit, just to step back into our comfort zone, to try and eliminate that hurt or that pain or that disappointment. And I got home that night and I started talking to my wife, and we went through all the reasons why we joined this business and we started our Neolife journey. And we said, okay, will he educate our children one day? Will he look after us in retirement? Will he help me get out of the investment banking industry? Will he buy me that new car that I've had my heart set on for years and years and years? Will he take us traveling overseas as a family every year? And of course, the answers to these questions were no. And so we made a decision that evening that we would never put our future in the hands of other people's opinions ever again. But what I can tell you is if I didn't have those strong goals and the strong desires, I would have quit this business that night. But my goal and my dream and my desire forced me to continue. So my question I want to ask you is, what is your reason for doing this business? Have you got a strong enough goal or desire? And if you don't, I want you to, after this call, to go and sit down and think about why are you doing this business? Write down your goals and then get onto the phone and phone your sponsor and say, Mary or John, this is why I'm doing this business. These are the things that motivate me. These are the things that are going to keep me doing the things despite what happens. Okay. Number 2 is you're going to need a list of names of people that you will talk to. Okay. If you're going to share your product and your opportunity, hey, that involves talking to other people. And you can come into this business and talk to people as and when they come across your path. But what I can promise you is that will never achieve any significant success. We have to get intentional about creating a list of names. And if you go and talk to any of our highly successful distributors, what I can promise you is they all have a list of names which they continue to add to, and they keep relationships with those people on their name list. And so if you don't have a list of names, that's okay, but you can start a list of names today. And if you are starting a new distributor out in the business, I want you to sit down with them or have a WhatsApp meeting or a Zoom meeting or a phone call with them and get them to write down at least a list of 10 to 20 names initially. They'll grow from there, but get them to write down a list of at least 10 names that you can start working with. Okay. Don't prejudge people. Some of the people that you think are going to be the greatest people for this business never join. Some of the people that you think will be least interested are the greatest people for this business. Never prejudge. And just something which I've learned along the way is talk to people who have a level of success. Okay, we are most definitely not looking for the sickest or the brokest people to join our business, because everybody needs what we have. Okay, so have a list of names. On that name list, you will need to find out what their needs are. Okay, and a mistake that I made in the beginning is I wrote down a list of names, and then I spoke to all of those people and I told them what I wanted them to hear, not what they needed to hear. Okay. And we are in the business of solving people's challenges, and we need to find out what they need. And what needs are we specifically looking for? We can help them improve their finances, or we can help them improve their health. Those are the 2 needs that we are looking for. And it's a skill. Finding out what people want and what they need is a skill. And that's something that we need to learn how to do, is we need to get good at listening to people. We have to try to be less interesting and more interested in people. And I use a little formula, which I believe is very, very duplicatable. And I call it FOR, the acronym FOR. Talk to people about their family. Talk to people about their occupation, what they do for a living. Talk to people about their recreation, what they like to do in their spare time. And by talking about these things, and I know people, there's very few things people like more in this world than talking about themselves, okay? Get people to talk about themselves. Number one is when people talk about themselves or their family or the things that they do, they enjoy the conversation more. That's a scientific proven fact. When people talk more about themselves and they are the ones talking more in the conversation, they find the conversation more enjoyable and they trust you more. Believe that. When somebody speaks more and you listen more, they trust you more. And something people enjoy doing even more than talking about themselves is talking about their problems. Okay, so let people talk about themselves. Let people communicate all their challenges and problems to you. And you just take all these challenges on board, because by knowing their needs or their goals, you can help them. Okay, I hope that is making sense. This third skill we need to learn is how to effectively invite people, okay, to see a solution to their challenges. And an effective, I want you to write this down. There's a little saying, if I, would you, okay? So let's use an example here. John, yesterday we had a brief discussion and you mentioned to me that every afternoon you had no energy and it just wasn't, it's something new in your life, no energy. I believe I have something which could be of value to you. If I sent you some information that I believe would help you find a way to get more energy, would you be prepared to take a look? Okay, if I, would you? Okay, now you got to remember that in this invitation, you have the relationship with the person. And so I don't want you to become a robot reading off a script. I want you to bring your relationship and your personality into the skill and into this invite, how you know these people. You might be talking to one of your friends and she says to you, hey, this economy is tough. My husband is in the process of losing his job and he really wants me to get back out and find a job. But I don't want a job because I've got kids to bring up and I just don't know what to do. That's a perfect example. You could say to her, hey, Mary, yesterday when we were chatting, you mentioned to me that your husband wants you to find a job and you really don't want to do that because you want your freedom and your flexibility. I have something which I believe could help. If I invited you to join me on a webinar tomorrow night where you would listen to somebody who would give you a little bit more information, would you be prepared to take a look? If I, would you? Okay. And what you will find is very seldom will people say no. If you invite people to look at a solution to a challenge that they've communicated to you, normally they'll say, yes, I'm prepared to take a look. Okay. So what are your goals? What are your reasons for doing this business? Who are you going to talk to? Okay. Have a names list. And just to add something else to this names list is get good at meeting new people. Okay. That is a skill. Get good at meeting new people. Because when you get to the end of your named list, you've run out of business. And so you have to get good at always being able to add names to that name list. And that is also a skill that we need to develop. I believe as people, we can either attract people or we can repel people. And there's a lot of negativity going on in the world right now. So I want to talk about the things that help you attract people. And one of the things is when you see people, when you connect with people, is learn to have a face that says, hey, I'm your friend. And that just means that you have to have a nice smile. You can go about your business with a frown on your face in your own little bubble, or you can communicate to people that make eye contact, smile, say hi, greet them. Focus on the positive things that are going on in the world. The common trend is for people to talk about all their negativity, how tough the economy is, how tough this is, how we're about to enter into a recession, how lockdown is just a complete misery. be the positive change. Look at the positive side of things, because positivity is attractive, okay? And by you being positive, you can be the beacon and the shining light, and people are attracted to that. You got to remember, as a near life distributor, you are the one that has the opportunity, okay? Not the one looking for the opportunity. So make sure that you exude that as a person and let people know that you are excited about the future. You have hope for a better tomorrow, because that is sexy and that is attractive. So once you have those people on your name list, one by one, you're going to work through them, and you're going to invite them to have a look at your product or your opportunity based on their need. Okay. You're not going to send out a mass message to everybody on your name list saying, come and join this webinar or take a look at this link, because trust me, no one will look at it. You're going to develop the skill to invite each person individually based on their need or their want. Okay. And we invite them by saying, if I could show you something that's going to help you achieve that goal or overcome that need or challenge, would you be willing to take a look? Number 4 is we have to become very, very good at presenting the solution. Okay. And what is the solution? The solution is either going to be our product, or the solution is either going to be the near life opportunity, depending on what their need is. And if we had been having this conversation 4 weeks ago, I would have been saying to you, okay, well, you have to become very good at presenting the business. You have to become very good at presenting the opportunity. And I believe that is the case, but right now the world has changed completely in the space of 4 weeks, because everything is currently done online. And so virtually every day, you have the opportunity to invite a prospect to have a look at a product solution or an opportunity solution that is presented by a successful distributor online. Okay. We are building up this database of recordings of a business and opportunity meeting, of Liz Gitz doing product talks, where you can send people a replay of these links so they can have a look at the solution. A good example was on Wednesday night. Liz spoke about how to detox your home, how to play your part in making the world a greener place. That would have been a great opportunity for you to say to somebody, hey, listen, you've got small kids. I just believe that getting the toxins out of your home is such an important thing to do. You know, if I invited you to join me on a webinar on Wednesday night to find out how we can do this, would you be interested in taking a look? Okay, and that's how you would have invited somebody onto Liz's webinar. But you can still do it, because her webinar is now available on YouTube, so you can still invite people to watch that webinar replay. On Wednesday night, we have our CEO, Kendra Brasfield, talking to us about the near life opportunity and how we are perfectly positioned in today's economy to empower people to financial freedom. Use this opportunity. Look at your name list. Look at people who would be interested in looking how to supplement their income, or looking at how they could create themselves a new career, and invite them to take a look at our solution on Wednesday night. Okay, so presenting your product and your business solution has never been easier. And so what I want you to ensure you have is make sure that you are aware of what webinars and presentations are coming up. If you don't know which ones they are, speak to your upline leader and they'll be able to communicate that to you. And I want you to be aware and know where you can find the replays to these sessions. And so that you can copy a link and you can send a replay to a prospect to have a look at a solution. Okay. And number 5 is become good at following up. Become very good at following up. And there's a saying that the fortune is in the follow-up. If you're not going to follow up with prospects, I suggest you don't even start at step 1. Our industry standards are showing us that people are looking at our product and our opportunity 4 to 6 times before they make a before they make a decision to join or to buy your product. Okay, and we see this playing out all the time. And so you might present, somebody might have seen an online business presentation and they say, hey, that looks interesting, but they don't commit, they don't join. Then we need to learn how to follow up with them not to badger them, not to follow up to get them to sign up or get them to buy a product. And a good indicator is if you find that people stop taking your calls or block you on WhatsApp, your follow-up needs some work to be worked on. We need to learn how to follow up with people with love, and we want to help educate them to make their experience better. Okay, so you might present your product, your opportunity to somebody. In the next day or two, follow up with them and say, hey, John, listen, I know you're interested, but I think this information I'm going to send you now will just give you a little bit more information to help you make make an informed decision. Or, hey, Mary, you had a look at our opportunity on Wednesday night. I've just read a fantastic article about kids' health and nutrition and how we could help you. I'm going to send it to you. I'd love to know your thoughts. Okay, so get good at following up. And a question that I have learned is when you follow up with people after you have presented the opportunity or sent them a link or sent them a piece of literature, is ask them a strong question. And a mistake that I used to make is I would say, hey, John, what did you think? Okay, and very often John would say, you know what I found is people started, the default setting is they'll think of everything they didn't like or the things that they bothered them, and they'll bring out negative thoughts. So when I follow up, I say, hey, John, have you watched the presentation? What did you like most? Okay, by asking them that question, what did you like most? It kind of brings to the surface all the positive things that they took out of the presentation or the solution they've just watched. And you listen to what they say, and based on what they say, you will know what your next follow-up step should be. Okay, so following up becomes a crucial skill to this whole thing. And when do you stop following up? You never ever stop following up. If somebody buys a product from you, that's not the end of the road. That is just the beginning of the road. You follow up with them in 3 or 4 days and say, hey, John, it's Drew speaking. I'm just following up to see, to check that you're feeling strong on your Pro Vitality. I'm checking I'm phoning to check that you're feeling strong on your Near Life Shake. Follow up with a positive question, okay? And then you continue to follow up. Hey, John, maybe in a week or two's time, I'm just sending you some information because I know you are eating well. I know you are plugging your nutrition gaps with good whole food nutrition. I just want to show you a way that you can get the toxins out of your home. Would you mind if I sent you some information? And you could send them some information on our home care range. So we never stop following up, okay? So know your goals. What drives you in this business? Who are you going to talk to, okay? Get good at finding those people, the needs and their wants of the people on your name list, and get good at inviting them specifically based on how you can help them. Not on what you want, on how you can help them. Get good at presenting the product or the opportunity solution to them, and become great at following up with them. Follow up with them, follow up with them, follow up with them until they become a customer or until they become a distributor. And when they become a distributor, that is when it all starts, okay? And when your new distributor starts, that's when your work starts as a sponsor. And I want you to take your new distributor back to step 1. You find out what their goals are. Find out what drives them, what motivates them. You find out what is going to get them through their disappointments. You find out what is going to make them step out of their comfort zone. You sit down with them or you communicate with them online or over the phone, and you get their list of 10 to 20 names to start with. And you help them identify those needs. Don't let them do that on their own. Sit down with them and make sure that they write down at least 10 names while you're with them. And as a sponsor, go through each name and say, how do you know that person? What do they need? What do they want? How can you help them or be of value to them? Okay. And when you know what they need, help them make their first invitations and to invite people to look at the solution to those needs, and then help those people follow up. Help them formulate the best follow-up route. Okay. That is how it works. And what I will say is this business is simple. I'm not going to say this business is easy, but this business is super, super simple. you can make more money out of this business than you know what to do with. Okay. And very often in most careers, you have to go and study for 3, 4, 5, 6 years to develop the skills. In this business, you can develop these skills over the space of a few months. You never are an expert. You can always continue to get better, but you can develop these skills over the space of a few months, and you can earn while you learn. But I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, because initially it's hard. But like most things in life, they start out difficult. You know, learning how to talk was difficult for you at one point in your life. Learning how to walk was difficult for you at one point in your life. And let's use a baby as an example. You know, a baby gets up and they hold on to the coffee table and they take their first step and they fall down. They get up and they take another step and they fall down, and they take 2 steps and they fall down. And every time they lift themselves back up, they develop some muscle tone, they develop some muscle memory, they develop some confidence that helps them make the next step a little bit stronger, a little bit better. Never does a baby say, maybe I'm just not a walker. They continue until they get it, until walking becomes easy. And that's how I want you to be in this business. You might be starting out right now and these skills are difficult. That's okay. I want you to do them over and over and over again. Repetition is the mother skill until you become so good at them that they become as easy as breathing. Okay. Choose your hard. Okay. I choose near life to be my hard, or 12 years ago, I chose near life to be my hard. And I chose to get good at it because I knew if I got good at these 5 points right here, I could create complete freedom in my life. So I just want to bring on our guest speaker and just unmute him for a second. Rory McDermott. Okay, Rory, I'm just unmuting you. Let me know when you're online. And let me just give you some background. Is Rory McDermott, he's my father, he's my sponsor. He has been in this business for, I'm just going to take off I'm going to unmute you and let's get your video up and running. Because I want you guys to be able to see him too. Okay, Rory, can you hear me? Rory, are you there? Okay, 1 second, I won't be a moment. Okay. He's coming online. Give him a second. Okay, Rory, are you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. Do you want to just start your video?
Start my video? Okay, right. Hello, can you? Ah, there we go. Oh, right.
There you go. Okay, so welcome to the call, man. Good to have you with us. And for those of you who are meeting Rory for the first time, he is my sponsor. He has been in the business for the last 46 years. And he's taught me, he took me by the hand and he taught me these skills that I've just been training you on. And I'll never forget one of the first business presentations we ever did together. It was a disaster. I did the presentation. It didn't go that well. And I remember leaving that presentation and I said to Rory, my sponsor, listen, this is more difficult than I thought it was going to be. I'm not sure if I'm cut out for this. I don't know if I can do this business. And I remember he said to me, Drew, you're just getting started. Don't wish it was easier, wish you were better. Develop the skills that will help you achieve success in this business. And I've just always held on to that and just cherished that advice and continued until these skills became second nature. So Rory, welcome to the call. Please share some information with us.
Okay, thanks, Drew. Good morning, everyone. It's beautiful to be able to sit here in our beautiful home and just to talk to you guys about this business. And before we start, I want to just thank Drew for doing an amazing job. Very proud of what you're doing, son. Keep it up. Good work. Right. Basically, what I'm going to try and do is, there are various people at different stages of believability. Often, you start off with something skeptical. You're skeptical about it. That's exactly the way I started. I must admit, I didn't see myself doing this type of business. I was busy I've been in the commercial world, running a color processing laboratory. And then I started my own business. And it was during that time that Neolife was presented to me. And often opportunity comes at inopportune moments. I don't know if you're aware of that, because so often people are looking for the ideal or perfect time to start something. There's never a perfect time. If you things to change, you've got to change. So we joined on the 8th of July, 1974, a long, long time ago. With a bit of hindsight, that was the finest decision we've ever taken from a business perspective. I just thank the Lord that we were led to this business, because I don't know of anything that gives the potential that Neolife's got. So, that little saying, if you believe, you receive, but if you doubt, you're out. So I trust that you start believing in what you've been given. And just to basically summarize what we've been talking about today, Neolife has 3 parts. If you drew a circle and divided it down the middle and quartered one side, there's the product. Our products are exceptional. You've got to believe that they're exceptional, because if you don't believe it, you won't be able to communicate that belief. And so the way you do that is by changing your buying habits, using the products, and becoming knowledgeable and an expert in the product. So believe in the product, and there's no shortcut. You've got to use it. And while I'm talking about product, I just want to add 1 or 2 little thoughts on that. Product is a great investment. I would rather have money sitting in product today than in cash. The product doesn't devalue, money does. Where can you put money into some product, invest money into product, and sell it and get a 50% return on your investment? That's nigh impossible anywhere in business. So carry some product so that you have the ability to give service to people. Another little thing while I'm talking about product is this: make sure that you are reachable, that you answer your phone promptly, or that you're on a WhatsApp or Facebook, so people can communicate with you when they want stock. It's so important that you're reachable. So often I find distributors, you try and phone them and it's impossible. You go into an answering machine and you can't do business half-heartedly. If you're in business, you must do it properly. So the product is the best of its kind, and it's important. Another thing that while we're talking about product is treat it, value your product, and manage your money. Okay, don't sell a product and put the money in your pocket. Sell a product and reinvest it back into your business. So you're turning over that product all the time. Otherwise, you just wheel spin and get nowhere. So product is the first element. We have a great consumable need necessity product that everyone in the world needs. Wonderful start. The second little block is plan. We have this compensation plan, which is fair. It's based on he who does the work gets the pay. Now, we don't have time to go into the compensation plan today, but I want you to go into your book on the compensation plan, study it, find out the areas of income. And if you have any concerns, speak to your upline and get it crystal clear in your mind so that you know where the income comes from, and make sure that you've registered your banking details with the company, because all profits are EFT'd into your account after the month end. So get yourself set up for that. So that is the marketing plan. The third segment of the business is obviously people. And this is the challenge. People are either your greatest challenge or your greatest asset. They often start off as the greatest challenge and over time become your greatest asset, because without people, we have nothing. So I want to just speak to you a little bit about the people aspect of the business. So firstly, congratulations on joining Neolife. To me, that tells you you want a new life for yourself. Neo means new. You want a new life. And it's at this starting point that you want to build yourself a new life. And once you've started, what you've got to do is you've got to decide whether you're going to make Neolife a hobby, which is fantastic. You'll make some pocket money, or you want to make Neolife a business. or even Neolife, your profession, as we've done. It's been our profession for the last 46 years, and we've done exceedingly well out of it. It is a great profession. Just a little joke I was thinking of the other day, you know, when we started 45 years ago, the world was so different then. You know, you had to have a normal job, go to the office, etc., etc. When we started working from home, people all thought we were a failure. But today, everyone works from home. It's amazing how the world has just shifted so much in the past number of years. But you work from home without the overheads, without the costs, without the risks of conventional business. It is a great business. But the starting point is to make up your mind that you're going to either survive or thrive in the new economy. It's a mindset. And, you know, a mind made up is the most powerful force on earth. In fact, write this down. 80% of success comes from your mindset. 20% of success comes from your skills. At school, it's the other way around. They teach skill, they don't teach mindset. You've got to work on your mind, work on yourself harder than anything else. Start reading good books. And I strongly recommend that everyone gets hold of a copy of this book. It's called Go Pro by Eric Worre. You can buy it on Amazon. It is the most worthwhile investment. This book, I have been part of this business for years and years and years. It is a wealth of information. So get hold of this book. Another book I suggest you read, it's a book that changed my mindset, was a book called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Read that and study it. Those two books will really equip you to moving on. So 80% of success comes from the mind and 20% of it comes from the skills. So Drew mentioned, you know, your goals. Basically what we're saying is, what is your vision in life? Know what you want. Define your vision. Define your purpose. Because where the mind goes, reality follows. So what's in the mind at the moment? If you've got nothing of substance, nothing of no direction, you're just going to dither along until you fail. So make sure you've got a very clear picture of what it is you want to achieve. And here's a couple of little steps you might want to go through. Decide what you want out of this profession. Number 2, eliminate distractions. One of the biggest distractions, by the way, I've got one right here. You might have one of these too, telephones. We get so distracted. They are very useful, but they're also a great distraction. So eliminate distractions and totally commit to what you're doing. Number 3, hold yourself accountable. Don't expect your sponsor to be a policeman. You know, that's not the way it works. You hold yourself accountable and be self-disciplined. Number 4, step out of your comfort zone. You know, step out of your comfort zone, because it's so easy in life. Life either shrinks or expands according to your courage. Life either shrinks or expands according to your courage. So step out of your comfort zone. Number 5, believe you can. Believe and you receive. I believe, I receive, but if I doubt, I'm out. It's as simple as it. So those 5 little steps might help you. And so, you know, basically, I think the right mindset in this business is to have a serving heart and a winning mind. I think that's so important. Go out and be prepared to give service. Service is such an important thing in life. You know, he who profits most serves best in life. So go out and be prepared to give before you get. Be prepared to develop the relationships that Drew spoke about, because people buy you long before they buy the product, long before they buy the opportunity. So people buy you first before the other things come along. And so, you know, I just want to encourage you to understand that Neolife, I believe, has been born for this time. Never before in the history of our business have what we got, or has what we've got, been so needed by people. Everyone is striving for better health. We know that. Everyone has to reset their direction in terms of income generation. And you can build this business and surround or build a wall of security around your family for the future. And the beautiful thing about this business, it can go on from generation to generation. You know, in our family, our parents were on it, Noel and I have been on it, my son and daughter on it, and their kids are on it. So it's basically 4 generations that have been affected by this. And when we pop off the perch, this business can be handed on to the next generation. What an asset. The little saying that a man should use his life, so the use of his life far outlives his life. I believe in that. And that's what you should strive to do, to build your life so that you can pass on something of value to the next generation. So to each and every one of you, I wish nothing more than success. I ask the Lord to bless you, to protect you, and to guide you, and to grow your business and to put you onto the road through to prosperity through this incredible opportunity. So thanks for listening. I hope it's been of value. God bless you all. Thank you. Thanks, Drew.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. I'm just going to keep you online there. That's great. Thank you for that message. Such a positive, empowering message. Wonderful. And team, just what is coming up over the next week on our coffee and shake breaks and our webinars. On Monday at 10 a.m., we have our Director of Marketing, Bianca Schiavini, who will be teaching us and walking us through the technology and the tools that we have to build our business. Okay, that is a Monday morning at 10 a.m. She is fantastic. Don't miss that. Please communicate it to your teams. On Wednesday evening, we'll start promoting that later on today. We have our CEO, Kendra Brasfield, live, talking to Neolife Southern Africa about the gig economy, about Neolife, and how we are perfectly positioned to make an impact. And then on Friday, our coffee and shake break, we're going to be talking about how you can share your story with others to make your business, your Neolife business, attractive to people on your names list. Okay, so some great skills coming up next week. Make sure you plug in. Activity is king. Keep your activity high. Just because we are sitting at home, there's no excuse for us not to be connecting with people and sharing our product and opportunity. We should be doing it now than ever before. And I just want to end off with this. I want you to know that as a Neolife distributor, you are positioned to win in this new economy. And I talk about a new economy because as we come out of this COVID-19 challenge, which we are entering into a new economy, and you're perfectly positioned to win, providing you're willing to develop the mindset and the skills to succeed in this business. And I want you to go out and I want you to go and find other people who realize that the old way no longer works and they are open-minded enough to learning something new. And I want you to share the Neolife opportunity with them, because I believe now's the time that we can make a true impact and difference in the lives of other people. We can dial up our impact on this world and on this continent. So team, God bless you all. Have a fantastic Friday. Make it count. Get out there. We've got a big, big job to do. And you're all fantastic. And I'm so pleased you're part of this Neolife family.